All right, boys, what is going on? Welcome to the live chat that almost didn't happen because I came home and fell asleep. So I'm fresh off falling asleep, and I realized, it's Wednesday, so I got to go live. So here I am. It's insane that the one night I'm like, you know what, I could go to bed early tonight. I fall asleep, and then I realize it's Wednesday. We have a lot to discuss. I have a video in the making that is a straight up heater that I'll work on tomorrow. That a lot of people have already asked me about. So we'll have to see when that gets out. Probably tomorrow. I dropped a heater last night about Dana just being a habitual liar regarding Conor McGregor. The video from the other night, the Terrence Crawford video I made, I think that was after last stream I did. Matter of fact, yeah. I think I did a stream on Monday. Did a video afterwards, the Terrence Crawford video, which was not that hard to put together, to be quite honest. And it made a lot of sense to do. And that actually popped off a bit, so I'm glad I did that. So here I am. What's Dana lying about? He said the polling for Conor McGregor was he was going to win the Irish presidential election by a landslide. Which is absolutely fucking hilarious. So, yeah. Joey, please drop another banger. Rip Chandler. RIP. How we get Jamal Hill back on track. Book the rematch against his brother on Thanksgiving. Joey, Dana really said he wants Conor in his foxhole. Why? So he can grape you. Yeah. I'll tell you one thing. If I was a female, I damn sure would want Conor in my foxhole. If he is, he's there by force. You see Dana on the 520 pod? What's that? Never heard of it. Dana's been doing a lot of different interviews lately. But maybe I'll have to check that out. A lot of Dana vibes. I didn't listen to yesterday's video about Conor. Had too many political points. What do you mean by that? I mean, Dana's lying about Conor's political prospects in Ireland. No non-MMA pod, but he's such a clown. I'll have to check it out. I'll have to check it out, my friend. If you had to pick 3 subscribers to join you in the foxhole, who you picking? I don't even know, bro. I don't even know the foxhole. He acted like Conor's so reliable. It's just a fraud. I mean, it's just crazy that he would even say that. So fraudulent. So I don't know. He said, yeah, man, if I need somebody in the foxhole, I'll get to it. What's up, Joey? What is up, Billy? Am I the only one who hates the TKO deal? I mean, I don't know. Probably not. This isn't meant as a gotcha question. Why did you support Francis chasing a big money boxing match, but not Ilya? What made the Francis situation different? The Francis situation is massively different. I had no interest in ever seeing Francis box. But my point was about the whole Francis thing is the UFC was treating him like shit and freezing him into his contract for years. So obviously when a multi-billion-dollar company is desperately trying to fuck you over while all you're trying to do is fulfill your contract, of course I'm going to want to see you succeed. I mean, I really want to see everyone succeed. So if you're telling me Ilia Topuria wants to fight out his deal, if Ilya says, I want to fight out my UFC contract and then I want to go to boxing, I 100% support him in that decision. But that's not what he's trying to do at all. And I have no desire to see Francis box, and I have no desire to see Topuria box. So I don't know if that makes sense to you or not. But if Topuria is being treated poorly by the UFC, and he just wants to fulfill whatever's left on his contract, get out of the UFC and go box, I fully support him. But that's not the case. Topuria is in the UFC holding up divisions, begging for boxing fights that make absolutely no sense and nobody wants to see. McGregor used to be reliable, not anymore. Yeah, I mean, think about it. Conor's fought, what, twice since the Khabib fight? Or 3 times since the Khabib fight? He's fought 3 times in 7 years. You know how insane that is? Am I wrong on that or am I right on that? Three times in 7 years is absolutely insane because he fought Cowboy. I think that was his first return fight after Khabib. And then Dustin twice. And by the way, nobody's really talking about this. If McGregor Chandler or McGregor versus anyone headlines the White House card, that's a shit main event. Am I wrong on that? Would that not be a shit main event? You guys tell me if I'm crazy. I think that would be a shit main event. Do you think Yuri will be hard put Roundtree? Roundtree could catch Yuri, but I feel like Yuri will be hard style for Khalil to program. Will be hard put Roundtree. I think Yuri beats Roundtree. If that's what you're asking. I don't think Khalil's going to beat him. Jamal sucks, man. That's why he beat Jamal. Then Dustin twice, yeah. Conor is trash. He invented shoulder strikes, though. Chandler's trash. Anyone thinks he is exciting. I like how Dana says the answer, but changes the date. Conor's definitely fighting early 2026. Middle of 2026 now. They're pushing for Conor to fight middle 2026. Middle 2026. Not that I know of, my friend. I did not turn down my audio. Nope. I did not. Should be around what it was. How's it going, Joey? Long time no see. Long time no see. My name's Killer Roundtree. Been practicing all night long. Oh my God. I forgot about that. I think these MMA fighters begging for boxing matches make themselves in the sport look small. They should be demanding more of a split of the revenue they generate. I know. It's actually sad. I don't know how anyone, it's like, oh, I've made a name for myself in MMA. Let me beg for a boxing match. That's a bad look on the UFC. That's like everyone that works for the company, when they do well, they leave because the company doesn't pay. That's the epitome of what's going on here. That's essentially what's happening. Beard's looking rough. I just woke up. Joe, we need a video about how Alex will no longer be with us in a month. Okay, that's a little bit weird to put it that way, but Bloated Irish Ale, Conor versus Hamzat at the White House. Dude, you know what Hamzat would do to Conor? Do you realize what Hamzat would do to Conor? That's the crazy part. If Conor headlines the White House card, we will have a bad place 6 months in the Paramount deal. Joey, 2 of my favorite fighters are fighting on 320 along with a banger main event. Do I spend 1,000 and go? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, I would. If I were you. Who are you dying to see? I'm assuming, I'm going to say Pereira and Yuri. I'm going to say your 2 favorite fighters are fighting Pereira and Yuri. But, man, if you want to see Pereira win. Yesterday, I was brutalized and mugged by a homeless man and now working on a song about how he beat me up. Fair enough. Merab and Yuri. Okay. Dude, I hate Merab Sandhagen. Like, is anyone else with me on that? Like, I don't care about that fight at all. I don't. Does anyone actually care about Merab Sandhagen? People act like somehow Sandhagen. I mean, talk about lack of any real competitive nature of a fight. I don't care. Love how every time Chandler posts some political BS on Threads, the comments are annihilating him. Have not seen that. I don't view Chandler's post on Threads. But you know what I did look at earlier? In the thumbnail of the Chandler recent interview, it said, "Make America Tennessee." And I'm like, wait a second. I think Tennessee, I know obviously it's sporadic from place to place, but I think Tennessee's kind of shitty. And I looked it up. And I was like, I said, what's the word? How nice is it to live in Tennessee? I know certain sections are very nice, but it was like, Tennessee's horrible in education. Tennessee's horrible in healthcare. Tennessee's horrible. I'm like, okay, never mind. Let me get off of that. It's like, if you like low cost of living, Tennessee's for you. Merab already beat Umar. We should let him fight Corey before Umar too. I don't know. Who would win, Prime McGregor or Diego Lopez? Diego Lopez. Yo, what's with the UFC message they sent you? Explain. They're going to use a clip from a video in the countdown for 320. Bro, they be cooking him. They're trying to take him off the ballot, brother. They're doing everything in their power. I don't know if I did a good enough job explaining it in the video, but 20 members of government have to support Conor to be able to get Conor on the ballot. He has to earn 20 votes, essentially, 20 supporters to be able to get on the ballot. Now, those people are influenced by the people who vote for them. And based on polling, 70% of the people who voted for those people would be less likely to vote for them again if they voted for Conor. So essentially, voting for Conor to be able to be on the ballot is career suicide. And apparently, Conor was polling at 2%. 2% of Ireland said they would vote for him in a poll. 2%. You know how insane that is? They're trying to take him off the ballot, brother. They're trying to get him off the ballot. I don't know what clip. It's just from a video. They don't tell me what clip. I see it when you guys see it. Merab, Mog, Sandhagen. I want Merab versus Umar Yan. Agreed. Does the Merab Sandhagen fight feel like Corey could fluke it to you? No. You didn't get a notification? YouTube got me shadow banned, boys. You guys got to realize YouTube's got me shadow banned. Damn. YouTube's got me shadow banned. I kind of like Merab Sandhagen because it will end any hype for Sandhagen going forward. I want to see Merab versus Van or Batista or Umar too. Me too. If Batista wins and he doesn't get a title shot, I'm going to lose my mind. Great new vid, Joey. As always, thank you, Joe. I'm sad you didn't get a notification. Conor saw what happened to CK and said, nah, Chandler seems like a better option. CK. I don't know. I bet you Oscar Willis was the first to sign the petition. Yeah. I bet you he was. Crazy that even 2% voted. It was a poll, 2%. So if they asked 100 people, would you vote for Conor McGregor? 2 of them said yeah. 2 of them said yeah. If they asked 1,000 people, 20 said yeah. That wasn't even the polling I talked about in my video. It was 7%. Everybody I've ever heard talk about Conor who's from Ireland or lives in Ireland says the entirety of Ireland hates him. So they must have got a couple family members there. They must have got a couple family members. You see Merab say Batista's going to whoop Umar. Dude is terrified of Umar. I literally don't like Merab at all. I think he's a bitch. I think Merab has become one of the most unlikable guys, one of the biggest hypocrites I've ever seen. And it's honestly quite embarrassing. And it's weird that, like, when I call this out, and I've been calling this out, people call me some Umar fanboy. If you can't see how hypocritical and honestly fearful, I know that's crazy to even say. If you can't see that coming from Merab, you're delusional then. Is Chandler really the backup American star if Dana can't make a deal with Jones for the White House card? Comments on Dana saying like there will be lighting set up like St. Louis Arches. Supposedly the lighting set up. I don't know. I still have my doubts it's even going to happen. But no, I do not think Chandler's the backup American star. You have to be man first. Merab is embarrassing. You're going to have to support your Merab comments. 10-7. I don't even know how you don't know. Like, this dude's begged for the most undeserving title contenders. Meanwhile, acting like Umar didn't deserve it. And then acted like he dominated Umar. It's really embarrassing. It really is bad. And you've seen my channel, bro. You've seen me defend him. Like, the fact that he's that, the way he's acted, it showed he's clearly scared of Umar. I know people are going to be scared of him. He beat him. He's clearly scared of losing to him. And it comes from a sense of, I think he believes Umar is the toughest matchup in the division. I think Merab is going to do everything in his power to never have to fight him again. And I hope the UFC, I don't care if it, I'll say this right now. As hypocritical as this is, it's hypocritical for me to say. At this point, I don't care if Umar gets an undeserved title shot, because that's how annoying Merab has been. It was a razor close fight. Would love to see that ran back just for the level of skill. That's one of my favorite fights of the year, if not my favorite fight of the year. Umar's by far the toughest matchup. He knows that for sure, but he also dislikes him. Yeah, but dude, the thing is, Merab straight up lies about it. Like, Merab, like, I don't remember fully, like, exact details, but Merab was acting all disrespectful towards Umar at the press conference. And then Merab was acting like Umar was. It was crazy. I covered it in the press conference video. But he begged for Sandhagen and said Sandhagen was deserving. He begged for O'Malley. He begged for O'Malley to get an immediate rematch. He wanted O'Malley to get a rematch before he fought Umar. He wanted to fight O'Malley again. Shit's pathetic. They fast-tracked Umar. Merab was super long winning streak. He had to fight everybody to get there. Umar was undefeated. And he dominated Corey Sandhagen. The guy that Merab's acting like is so tough. What do you want me to say? I mean, dude, Umar was undefeated. Took on an unranked killer. Beat him and then fought Corey Sandhagen. Dominated him. And now Merab is acting like Sandhagen's a good addition to the resume. Umar's technically far superior, but it's the pace and practice. It's not even that. Umar's cardio is amazing. Umar could have arguably won 4-1. It's crazy. I know it sounds insane. I scored a 3-2 for Merab. It could have been 4-1 for Umar. Why are you always going after Dana? What's your beef? It's not about always going after Dana. How shit will the White House card be with commercials every 5 minutes? Canelo Crawford was full of commercials. Who knows? We'll wait and see on that one. But I already have a feeling the Paramount deal is going to be commercial. There's no way they're not going to fill it with commercials on a live fight card. If Umar beats Merab, already hear that Merab's saying he didn't beat me in my prime. What happened that time I beat him in my prime? Merab will be crybaby. You know what's crazy? Merab will never get a rematch, most likely. I don't think the UFC likes him at all because the UFC doesn't promote him. I've been defending Merab for years. I've been criticized for being a Merab fanboy. Merab is going to retire undefeated. Nobody comes close. He will simply beat Umar again. Okay. I don't recall begging for O'Malley. He was begging for O'Malley before Umar. And then said he didn't want to fight Umar. And then tried to delay it. And then it finally took it. He got forced to take it in January. He was actually pretty upset about fighting Sean again. Sandhagen is being taken because besides Yan, who I can't believe we're pretending isn't worthy. Yan is more worthy than Sandhagen right now. I hope Sandhagen pulls out. I would love if Sandhagen pulled out and Umar stepped in. Oh my God, Merab Umar too. But he begged for O'Malley, he begged for Corey, he begged for Figgy. And he did that because he knew Umar was a tougher test. Umar won like 3.5 minutes of round 5. The final minute and a half, it swayed to Merab. I know. Merab essentially won by taunting. Joey doesn't go after Dana. Dana just has the word vomit and sees he calls bluff and he's glazing on 99% of what he speaks. We need Joey to call it out. The reason I call out Dana for his bullshit is because a lot of fans just regurgitate it and it drives me nuts. It legitimately drives me nuts how people just regurgitate it. But why do we just give undeserved title shots? A non-former champion who's on a 0-fight win streak. What are you talking about? If he beats Mario Batista, I think he's right back there in line. But if you gave him a title shot right now, I think it's an easy sell. I think it's one of the least undeserved title shots ever. Umar was undefeated, dominated Corey Sandhagen, and was in a razor close fight with Merab. Merab essentially won off body language. I put money down that Merab took the Umar fight only because he found out how fucked Umar's hand was still prior to the fight. Probably. Wouldn't shock me at all. Comments on question that Dana wants to squash beef with Ariel. That was mostly sarcasm. It was mostly sarcasm from Dana White, and people overblew it. You think Umar with a Batista win deserves it over Piotr? Probably not over Piotr, but next after that. I mean, beating Batista is a great win. Joey, don't hate Merab. Blame Dana for giving undeserved title shots. Dana shouts him out. No way O'Malley deserved that, and Sandhagen does not need a title shot. Blame Dana for this garbage. Yeah, it should be Jan right now. I hope Sandhagen somehow pulls out. That's what I hope. I don't want that shit no more. I don't want that. I have literally zero hype. I have zero hype for Merab Sandhagen. Zero. What is your level of hype? 0 to 10. What's your level of hype for Merab, Corey? It just sucks, man, because Merab is fun to watch. Is Umar the backup? Not that I know. I don't think there is a backup for a shit title fight. 1-0-4-7. Yeah, Umar's hand was hurt. That's why Merab took it quick. Let's forget Merab's leg looked like for that fight. What did Merab's leg look like for that fight? I didn't know. But either way, I know for a fact Merab showed himself that he was forced to take that fight. 0. My secret sources have told me there's a dono war brewing. Yeah, I'm sure there is. There's a dono war brewing. Who's your favorite MMA YouTuber? I don't have one. Sandhagen by knee to the face. 3, and that's only because Merab is okay to watch. Fair enough. Fair enough. 2 or 3 if I'm being generous. Erica says 0. Any Izzy fight news? Not that I know of. Secret source. I read that. I'm waiting for you to kick it off, Tony. Is Merab going to smother Corey the entire fight? Is Corey good enough to not let that happen? I think Merab is going to smother him the entire fight. The thing is, I don't mind that. It's just like, at least I want to have at least a thought the guy can hold it off, you know, and be competitive. What's Corey's path to victory outside of a random flying knee? I don't see a path to victory for Corey. A random flying knee is it. You think he's going to shuck off Merab? I guess he could like hurt him in it like 3 rounds, maybe. Like maybe he'll be losing the rounds, but Merab isn't doing that much damage, and Corey tags him with like 2 punches. Big fat 0 from Merab Sandhagen. You're pretty much betting on a fluke. Big Ank is carrying that card. We all know Khalil is going to make Yuri fight boring by taking his foot off the gas when he's hurt. We'll see. I don't think Yuri will. I don't think Yuri will let it be boring. Yuri's a maniac. Is that why you aren't looking forward to the matchup? What specifically are you referencing there? I don't know. I just don't care for the matchup. I don't think it's that competitive. Like, at least with, like, Pereira-Ank, even though I think Ank clearly wins, I still, like, the what's on the line there is, like, Pereira's career. I think Yuri's going to smoke him. I agree. Corey notoriously sucks ass in huge fights. Aljo, Jan, TJ banger of a fight, though he fumbles. I think Corey's been overrated for many, many moons. Many, many moons. Yeah, I think Yuri's going to slaughter Khalil Roundtree. The beta male Pereira cuck. Big Ank going to finish Alex this time? I agree. I agree. If Alex shows up. If he shows up. Which I hope he does, man. But yeah, Corey always chokes. I remember Aljo choking him out cold. Yuri earns a title shot on the card, which is fire. Yeah, I guess Yuri will get his 18th title shot, which is crazy. We're going to give him so many title shots, it's not even funny. Khalil was happy that Alex didn't whoop him as hard. Talk about low standards. Yeah. Dude, the way Khalil was sucking on Pereira, what was it, on the Rogan podcast? Oh, my God. That was pathetic. That really was pathetic. That really was bad. I can't believe it's already been a month since 319. I can't believe it's already... Is anybody else in absolute shock that it's been a month since 319? People act confused when I hate on Roundtree. Dude is such a weirdo. He is a weirdo. Technically, it's his second. Stop bashing my people, Joey. He was champ and let it go. And then took short notice because your boys Conor and Chandler fell apart. Yeah, I get it, man. I don't like despise it. But I get what you're saying. Yeah, he should. I guess he should. You know, he's forced to take it on short notice. Coming back from a catastrophic injury the first time and short notice the second time. Ank smokes Yuri, though. Who should get a title shot, Carlos or Yuri, if they both win their next fights? Dom and Shama Boy Bitch. If Dom and Shama Boy Bitch. Probably Carlos, but I think Yuri will get it. Can you imagine after Ankalaev beats Alex, he goes for a front... He goes on the front, kick Yuri chin off like how he did Dulce. He'd be a superstar. That'd be insane. Think people get mad if I say my favorite fighters are Ian, Gary, Umar, Islam, and Chimaev? Probably. Probably. MMA fans are awfully tribal. Ian Machado Gary is one of my favorites as well. Crawford planting the seed. What a joke. What an absolute joke. Crawford planting the seed. I mean, I just got to go see that with my own eyes right now. Who knows how much Ariel's posted since then, though. Who knows how much Ariel's posted since then. Ariel Helwani. So this would have been, oh my God. Apparently, some guy who worked for the UFC passed away, like today or yesterday, I guess, or it was announced today. That's sad. Apparently, he was a sports writer. Yeah, I saw this all over Twitter today. Utterly devastating news, heartbreaking. Tom was truly one of the nicest human beings I've ever met. Honestly, don't know a single soul who didn't like him. Always happy, always smiling, always quick to offer support and guidance. I'm sick over this. Everyone loved Tom. He will be sorely missed. His memory will forever be a blessing. God bless you, Tom. Thank you for being such a great friend to every MMA boxing media member you ever met. Thank you for being such a kind person. The world is a darker place without you in it. My sincerest condolences to your family and friends. I'm sorry to hear the news. Damn, apparently he just dropped a book too. That's horrifying. One of his last posts, literally his last post, was saying prayers for someone else who passed away. That's so sad. It is what it is. There's nothing we can do. This life isn't fair. Anyway, let me carry on. That's it. All right, let me go see if I can find Ariel's post. It would have been from what, like the 12th? Ariel posts too much. I'm not going to be able to find it. God, Ariel posts so much. He has to have someone running this account. There's no way he's just posting this much. There's no way. What was the date? The date was the 13th. So I've already passed it at this point. Why does it only seem like media? Why don't I see a single non-media post from him? Does he delete all his regular tweets? I don't even see a regular tweet from him. Maybe it's in reply somehow. Yeah, I don't know. Dude, stop spamming. You're already saying dumb shit. Honestly, Ariel exposing his bias in the Crawford video, I know. Dude, do you see an Alex retirement after Ank wins? Yeah, maybe he goes on to do a boxing match or something. I met RDR in Chicago, and he's actually a goofy goober in person. Fair enough. But yeah, I think Alex is probably going to retire. Maybe go do a little bit of boxing or whatever. And then dip out. I think that's what he's probably going to be up to. RDR's cool AF. Anyone picking Peloton? I wonder. Let me go look at Topology real quick. Man, this Australian card is kind of garbage. It's kind of shit. But anyway, UFC 320. I'm going to say it's going to be 80-20 Ankalaev. It's 64-36. Damn. 36% is picking Pereira. That's insane. 36% is picking Pereira. That's actually insane to me. I mean, it's insane. People are bummy. Junior Tafa's co-main. I know. Dana White's crazy delusional. I can't believe the amount of glaze this guy gets for being a business mastermind. See Umar trying to duck Umar. Did you see Merab trying to duck Umar again? What did he say now? It's weird. We were just talking about that. I don't know. Maybe I did see it, and I don't remember what we're talking about. Wouldn't shock me. He's probably saying, I need to fight Figgy. Figgy's a former champion. I think Junior beats Ebo. I don't even know who I'm picking in that one. Poeton is plus 190. KO is plus 230. Nice chance to make some units. How can you pick Pereira via KO against Ankalaev, though? He would have to really clip him being over-aggressive. He'd have to really clip him being over-aggressive. Merab said Mar is going to destroy Umar and wants to fight him after Jan. Maybe I did see that, or maybe I've seen somebody talking about it, but I haven't seen it. Hit the like. Yeah, like the stream, boys. You know I'm not picking him. We talked about it privately. Yeah, I think if you're picking Pereira, you're smoking crack. I don't see how you can pick Pereira, to be honest. I just don't get it. If Alex loses and continues to stay in the UFC, we'll see him ruin his legacy. He'll be 12-4 with a loss. A few more losses after that would make him look like an average Joe on paper. I think they would give him favorable matchup. I think he'd probably go up to heavyweight and fight a favorable matchup. Rob said he hopes Mario beats Umar's ass. Also, he said more deserving of Batista's cousin name, not Habib. That's why he needs a 9-fight win streak. Maybe fight for the belt. I mean, Umar was on, what, a 17-fight win streak? Why am I getting ads pop up that say sponsored visit Wisconsin? No idea. No fucking clue. Sandhagen's weak. Yeah, Sandhagen is kind of weak. But yeah, if you guys could like the stream, run up the likes on the stream, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Would appreciate it, boys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're creeping closer and closer to 50K. We are creeping closer and closer to 50K. Right now, we are 280 from 43,000, so 7,280 away. So that'll be pretty sick when we get to 50K. When we get to 50K, let's see. Last 90 days, I've gained almost 6,000, so we can make it happen. I don't know why people love Sandhagen. Dude has a personality of a slice of toast. I feel like people have been overhyping Sandhagen like he's something special for a long time. For a long time. Joey, is anything coming up worth getting excited for? 320 is decent. Pereira will fight Ank, bulk up, and make a heavyweight debut at the White House card. Win or lose, you're just looking at him headlining the Zuffa boxing card. It wouldn't shock me if we get Jones Pereira next year. Oh, yeah, he knocked out Frankie Edgar. We have October to be excited for. You hit the 50K after Islam fight. That's not. What's crazy is that's right around the corner. That's actually right around the corner. No chance they allow Ank with Ali in the White House, my boy. Ali's a big Trump dude. But who even said that? Joe, with Chandler's illustrious career coming to an end, what will he be remembered for? Bellator Dave and Buster's commercial or getting left at the altar by an Irishman? Probably those two things. I think Chandler's entire career will be remembered as the dude who kept waiting for Conor. You gave me a layup about I can't take it, unfortunately, about Ali. I don't even know what we're getting at there. Will that be a separate video? I'll do a video about Chandler tomorrow or tonight, maybe. What time is it? Probably not tonight. I'm probably just going to try to get to bed after this. Glad to see DDP humbled. Dude's still waiting. Will that not be his entire career? I see him doing Pereira Blades. Nah, they're not going to do Blades. They'd be worried Blades would fuck him. They would do... They would give Pereira... If they sent Pereira to heavyweight division right now, they would give him... They'd probably give him Waldo Cortez Acosta. Or Sergey. Nah, I don't think they'd give him Spivak even. They'd give him Tai Tuivasa. Derek Lewis fight would be actually kind of interesting. But I don't know if they'd even risk that one. They'd want Pereira to be able to earn a title shot off a shit win. So maybe Tai. It would be Tai or Waldo Cortez Acosta. I think it'd be Waldo Cortez Acosta. Limited power. Striking isn't amazing, but decent. Pereira would outstrike him most likely. And I'm a Salsa Boy believer. Poatan versus Ante Delia. I think Delia would fuck him up. Taco Bell tie. Old Taco Bell Tuivasa. Old Taco Bell Tuivasa. I mean, it's insane to me. It's insane to me. Dude was eating Taco Bell. Or Marcin. Yeah, maybe Tabora. Salsa Boy versus Delia main event. Ew, that's an Apex main event in December for sure. That's an Apex main event for sure. I really need Poatan versus Johnny Walker before this is all over. You know what Pereira would do to Johnny Walker? Who knows? Maybe Johnny would grapple. Maybe Johnny would grapple. Imagine if he did. Who wins, Waldo or Aspinall? Aspinall. What's your thoughts on Allen RDR? Not all that excited for it. I think RDR probably wins, but I think Allen could win, man. I don't think it's a shoo-in that RDR gets it done. I can't wait for Gon to beat Tom. That'll be the funniest thing of all time. That'll be the funniest shit of all time. It's being reported that's the main event in the Apex November 1st. For real? Are you making that up? Costa really asked for 3 rounds and a catch weight. For a title eliminator that's like 2 months away. What a joke. It's like a month away, but still. I mean, what a joke. Were you ever high on Rebellis Despain? No. Was never high on Rebellis Despain. Yeah, I'm not making it up. Not official, but apparently, yeah. Ew. Ew. Who was ever high on... There was people hyping up Rebellis Despain, which is crazy to me. I'm trying to see if I see anything about it, but I do not. But Gon is French, and French people have money, so he needs title shots every week. Rebellis is the next Ngannou. They were saying that. They were saying that just because they were like, look how big he is. Look how tall and lengthy he is. Look at the girth on him. Did you think Pavlovich-Waldo fight was close at all? I thought it was pretty close. I thought Pavlovich won, but I thought it was a close fight. Damn, now my thing froze up. I don't know what's going on. Now I don't know what's going on around here. My chat froze up. All right, there we go. Joe would brutalize Robella's death paint. It would look like Hamzat Holland. Facts. Weasel was very high on Robella's. That's crazy. That is crazy. Did you see Netflix only wanted pay-per-view UFC events? You were almost right. They were going to do multiple different streaming services. Yeah, I did see that. That would have been crazy if just the pay-per-views were on Netflix. That would have actually been insane. And I wonder where else everything else would have went. Isn't that crazy? They said, we don't want your warehouse fights. We don't want your bogus-ass warehouse fights. Aero campaigned for Ilya Connor, Ilya Crawford, Leon Connor, Louis Aspinall, Merab Corey, and Duke cried for Merritt when it came to Jones Aspinall. I know. What a hypocrite. What weight did this guy ask for a catchweight? He's already heavyweight. Who are we talking about there? I know Dana White had to leave the room to cry when Paramount said no to Power Slap. Oh, no doubt Dana tried to work it into the deal. Dana essentially uses his business connects with the UFC to push Power Slap. I have not seen the new movie Long Walk. I've seen the trailer. I kind of want to see it. I kind of want to see it. But we'll see. If I ever actually do. Isn't there a new horror movie coming out this week? Maybe I'm confused. Did you say Salsa Boy asked for a third catchweight main event against Ante? No. I think somebody said apparently Costa asked for a catchweight main event. I think it was Costa asked for a catchweight against RDR with a month in advance. Soon people will realize Dana White has an addiction to promoting and buying new products no matter what it is. Yeah, there's got to be a term for that. Yeah, Paulo Costa. Yeah, Costa said, I want 3 rounds and a catchweight. What a bum. You actually think Brendan Allen can beat RDR? Yeah, it's definitely possible. For sure. You don't think Brendan Allen has a chance? I think people are getting a little bit too high on RDR. I think RDR wins, but it's very possible Brendan Allen would beat him. Unfortunately. Yeah, him. It's football. Horror looks good. Stars Marlon. Ways is about football player. Want to be the GOAT. Yeah, I have no idea. I haven't watched a single trailer about it. I've just heard about it. And I might go see it. Just not knowing shit. It's a football horror. Looks good. Stars. Wanting to be the GOAT and he meets the best quarterback ever. He sees what it takes to be the best. Yeah, it's probably some weird storyline that we're never going to see. It's on IMAX. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Usually they are. I went and seen the movie Nope a few years ago, and that shit was kind of trash. Nope. Theater release date. That was 3 years ago. I went and seen Nope in theaters, and that shit was kind of trash. Let's see what it got on IMDb. 6.8 out of 10. I wouldn't even give it a 6.8 out of 10. It's kind of fucking stupid. It was interesting while you're watching it, but it just was like, eh. By the time it got to the climax, it was like, ugh. I never watched it again. I never watched it again. It's about selling your soul to the devil. Nope was kind of mid. Get Out was pretty good. I haven't seen that in a while. But Get Out was pretty good. I might have to go back and rewatch that at some point. It was a damn good movie. I'm so glad RDR versus Brendan Allen's happened. Like the MMA God shutting down the narrative of Malvov being skipped over. Now this pretty much confirms Hernandez versus DDP. I don't know that it confirms anything. but I hope that happens. Wasn't Hernandez versus DDP supposed to happen a while back, or no? Amavov or Fluffy has wins over. Hold on a second. Amavov and Fluffy have wins over Allen. Interesting to see how RDR handles Allen. It was Amavov who ended Allen's 7-fight W streak. That was a competitive fight. Did you see weapons? I did not. I kind of wanted to, but never got around to it. I kind of wanted to, but never got around to it. Damn. Imperium was a good movie. Us was not bad either. Something freaky about doppelgangers. Us was kind of interesting. I'm always the best fighter of the three, but I feel he has the worst chance against Hamzat. I think he has the best chance against Hamzat. One Battle After Another is another movie coming in like 2 weeks. It's Paul Thomas Anderson film. He directed. There Will Be Blood. The trailers look interesting. One Battle After Another. The trailers look interesting. Stars Leonardo DiCaprio. I think I've seen that trailer a couple times. Has that been like a trailer on the UFC broadcast? I feel like I've seen that. Maybe it wasn't on the UFC broadcast. Maybe I've seen it elsewhere, but I don't remember where. It looks like kind of a weird movie. Like a weird story. Yeah, Nate Diaz is always saying some dumb shit. It's been heavily promoted. Yeah, I know I've seen it somewhere. Like Leonardo DiCaprio is kind of like white trash dude. I never paid attention to it, but I did see it. Sorry. Not taking into account fighting skills, who do you say are the best athletes in the UFC? Do you think Jalton Almeida is one of the best? I don't know, man. It's hard to say. Best athletes. Like, overall, it's hard to say, man. It really is. Who are the most athletic guys? It's really so subjective. Amavov has shown in the Barajo fight he can stay upright in awkward positions. If he can stand up for a brief period of time against Hamzat, oh boy, that would be a war. Dude, Amavov, if he can stuff the takedowns, he would whoop Hamzat on the feet. It's all about a if. Because even if he gets taken down once, then he's going to be scared to even get back up. I think it's about Leonardo DiCaprio being a criminal with his wife. And I think his wife is dead and they have a daughter and he's running from the FBI. I have to keep that in mind. Maybe I'll go see it. What was the movie that came out with Leonardo DiCaprio like last year? It was Olden Times. It was a long-ass movie. I went and seen that in theaters. It was okay. Nothing crazy. Chandler's a megastar. Daniel Day-Lewis, a new movie coming out. Anemone. Thoughts on Bo Nickal's next fight? Apparently he's on the main card. Leo has some good movies. What is the one movie where he gets mauled by the bear? I forgot the name of it off the top of my head. That's a damn good movie. It's Killers of Flower of the Moon. It's a Scorsese film based off a book. Damn, that was 2023 that came out? I thought that was decent, but not great. Like, I wasn't like I didn't think that was like the greatest movie ever, like some people did. Let's see. Let's see what was on Rotten Tomatoes. The new Conjuring. I saw the new Conjuring. It wasn't great. It was kind of like, it kind of felt corny. Story wasn't that great. Bo loses and doesn't get demoted to the prelims. I know. Why is he on the main card? Shutter Island was slow, but a good movie. I enjoyed Shutter Island. Yeah, Malvolov would smoke Hamzat on the feet, and Hamzat would smoke Malvolov on the ground. The fight is actually very interesting. Both guys are extremely dominant in their fighting styles. I'm intrigued. I know. I think it's the best fight the UFC can make right now. Why not make Hamzat versus Malvolov? People acting like that's a fight they shouldn't make is crazy. Inception was pretty good. You should have watched The Long Walk the Way. Way better than any of these shitty remakes like Conjuring and Your Ass is Parked. Maybe I'll get to it. I'll try to see it. Bo should go back to Contender Series. You're right. I'm going to die laughing. If Bo loses to, what's his name, Adolfo Vieira. Imagine. When is, what's his name getting arrested? Anybody know? Anybody know? Nah, deserves 2-year break. Okay, Matt Hamill is in it. In which one? 48-47 Hamzat over Malvolov would be insane. Has Malvolov ever faced a really good grappler besides Baralho? I'm trying to think right now. I'm trying to think off the top of my head who's the best grappler. Dude, he got out-grappled badly by Allen in the first round. So, you know, Hamzat may first round finish him. May take him down. It's insane. Hold on. What the fuck? I'm low-key hyped for Smashing Machine. I know you don't like Rock, but it looks good. I've heard that's gotten people have seen it has been good. Apparently, like I've seen people hyping it up online. Basically, is War Machine ever getting out of prison? I would think not. Oh yeah, I forgot about the Brendan Allen and Malvolov fight. Brendan Allen's grappling advantage opened up the striking for Allen, and was actually doing solid on the feet. I know. That Allen fight makes me was the real fight that makes me believe Hamzat runs through him. What editing software you use? Because I purchased Adobe After Effects for my projects, but that shit is a bitch to master. I don't really use any effects, so for me, I'm just straight editing video and adding some images. I have Filmora, which is cheap and decently easy to learn and use, but I don't know if the effects are that great. People forget that Strickland 49-46 to Malvolov. Yeah, he was a 205er and a Malvolov was a 185er. Any chance you would do a video on Merab hating on Umar? It's possible. It's possible. The Rock is trash, so are most Hollywood movies. Yeah. But supposedly the Smashing Machine is decent. Supposedly. We'll have to see. It comes out in a couple weeks, I think. People really said since Fluffy pulled out, Malvolov is the official #1 contender. Why were people acting like Fluffy was a shoo-in to fight for the title? Considering he beat Delidze? Fluffy beats a Malvolov in a 5-rounder. Fluffy mixes and takedowns. I don't believe that. It's clear why Merab hates Umar. That's his biggest threat. His goal was to downplay his biggest threat, so people don't even ask for that fight. I also think Merab has gotten so much hate, and he realizes he can put that off on Umar, and people will get behind him. So he's kind of taking advantage of that opportunity. He's taking advantage of that opportunity. Damn, we only have 45 likes. I know I went live super late, but 45 bummy likes around here? That's crazy. That is crazy. No word on Armin. We don't know what's going to happen. The Revenant, yes. Allen scored 1 out of 10 takedowns versus Amavov. That was in the first round, right? He got him down, mounted him. Mounted him. Fluffy's not beating Hamzat. That's just wishful thinking. Yeah, I don't think Fluffy has a chance to beat Hamzat. I just like, thank you. Apparently nobody else. Super balmy tonight. Can't even like the stream. Lopez is the biggest 145er I've ever seen. Dude looks like he could be fighting at welterweight if he wanted to. Dude, he looked massive against Jean Silva. Then you couldn't say Lopez was 155 and Ige was 165. What are you talking about? Fluffy beats Ank and Tom. Disagree. All the homies want Jan to get the next title shot. Jan should be getting this title shot, but instead Corey Sandhagen's getting it. Ew. Fluffy would probably become Hamzat's first KO in a while. It's possible. I could see him beating him up on the ground. Corey is so undeserving. I know, and what annoys me is people act like he's deserving. If you just want to say, oh, well, there's no one else in the division, really. If you just want to say that, fair enough. Apparently, Turkey's getting in the movie business. Dude is going to make shit action movies. That's why he's hanging out with Jason Statham. Ew. Turkey's trying to take over everything, right? Turkey. His net worth is $2.8 billion, but I wonder how much of his money is he actually spending? I wonder when's the first time he really got into combat sports. Dude was hanging out with M&M. I just found a picture. Dude, Saudi Arabia has so much money. A ridiculous amount of money. Saudi Arabia possesses significant financial assets with its sovereign wealth fund, the public investment fund, holding assets valued of approximately $925 billion to $1 trillion. And overall foreign assets near $1.4 trillion as of late 2024, early 2025. That is fucking insane. In addition to the sovereign wealth fund, Saudi Arabia holds $400 billion in cash reserves, largely parked with the central bank. Like, does this money even exist in cash? Does that even exist in actual cash? Does the Saudi investment exist in cash? Has cash and cash equivalents in its portfolio? I just would love to know. You know what I'm saying? Does that cash even actually exist? Why does Dana call him Sheikh Turkey? I don't know. He's got me calling him sometimes. I think it's Sheik. Turkey a la Sheik. This is the real number, isn't the close. Joey, these guys are pulling out so much money out of the ground. We don't even know the real number. Imagine having so many billions you can literally just own the world. I wonder if that feels unfulfilling because you can do whatever you want and like imagine you're miserable or something and you're like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Who has the best chance to defeat Hamzat talking 185 or 205? Ankalaev. What do you think? Who do you think wins, Lopez or Yair? Lopez mauls Yair. First thing I do when I click your video, Joey, is hit the like button, then comment. People got to get with the program. Extra bummy round here. It is what it is, bro. It's my fault for going live so late. I was just dead tired, and I fell asleep. It's my fault. Turkey reminds me of a modern day Montezuma. I don't even know who that is. If I had Turkey's money, I wouldn't even bother with movies. Just young women all day. Whoa. Pause on the young. I mean, at least you said women, though. Just happen to be sitting on the biggest oil reserves in the world. The second someone comes up with something that can replace oil, it's all over. Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. I think that's got to be weird, though. You're like, I got money. I would just hang out with young women all day. I would feel like a cornball. Like, that's something you can't buy, you know? You would just, like, imagine having to pay women to be around you. That's just kind of weird. I don't know how that would feel satisfying. He said women, so we can give him a pass, but I was like, pause. So, but when I first read it, I'm like, whoa. Chandler's a fool. You dropping on something on that? Yeah, I'll drop something tomorrow. I'll drop something on that tomorrow. I'm getting that for show. I'm getting that for show. I'll assume he's an older gentleman. We'll give him a pass. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. We know what he actually meant. Trey happened to be... Oh, yeah. Dude, the oil money's insane. Like, think about it. They can literally buy whatever they want. Imagine having that type of cash. Where them Jefferson County javelins? Where them Jefferson County javelins? Where's them Jefferson County javelins? Where's them Jefferson County javelins? Where they at? I mean, that's wild. Literal generational wealth. I know. I know. If I had oil money, I'd have John Jones and Ngannou fight in my arena, in an arena in my backyard. Imagine if Saudi really pushed for that. Do, 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 do. Let me see something real quick. Sorry, boys. I was just reading something. Anywho. Jones versus Ngannou is the best at heavyweight right now. They aren't in their primes anymore. Heavyweight's that bad of a division. In one of Ariel's videos, I think it was the one of him talking about Dana White, he said something about the heavyweight division being amazing. Being amazing. I don't get it. I really don't get it. It makes no sense at all. I tune in and immediately see all you disheveled and quiet. What happened? I was reading something. I just woke up before I did this stream. Dana is telling the truth. If you want to set up an interview with him, you can. If not, beat it. Yeah. Juliana Pena is going to be commentary for Real American Freestyle. I tune in and immediately see. Okay, read that. Heavyweight division is the worst of it. Heavyweight's been dog shit forever. Has been dog shit forever. But yeah. Heavyweight is so bad. Jones out of his prime, ran through Gane, and we'll see the same Gane beat Tom. Just watch. I think you're right. I think you're right, dude. Gane's going to put on a masterclass. Have you ever watched the series Kingdom? It's about MMA. Really good series to watch. I don't think I have. I don't remember. I don't think I remember having to watch that. Damn, I can't believe I was dead asleep. I was in a deep sleep. I should have just skipped tonight and just said it is what it is. I could have done it tomorrow. I can't believe that it's already this late now because I slept basically through the night. Not through the night, but you get my point. But no, I have not ever seen that series. Excuse me. Best MMA movies, Warrior, even though it's kind of cringe. I seen Warrior, but I don't remember what it is. What was there another movie? There was another movie. Maybe Mark Wahlberg was in it. Was it called Boxer? The Fighter? I went and saw that. That came out in 2010. I was young as hell. Just a mere young whippersnapper. The Fighter. That's the only time I seen that. Was when I seen it the one time. The Jake Gyllenhaal one. Jake Gyllenhaal one was terrible. What fight is this weekend? There is no fights this weekend. Here Comes the Boom is the best. I've never seen that. Dude said that Here Comes the Boom. I've heard of that. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Let's see if this is the right thing. Nope. Okay. Boys. Go ahead and do that. Joe, do you think you would win? Who do you think would win out of Volk and Oliveira? Probably Oliveira. I think Volk is slowing down, kind of chinny, getting old. Why does Ilya not have a fight yet? Didn't he win by early KO like 2 months ago? 3 months ago, bro. 3 months ago. The new Naked Gun showed Usman versus Justin Gaethje. Have you seen the Raid movies? They have good fight scenes. Kingdom is a good show to watch. I used to binge it, forgot about it until y'all talked about the Rock's movie and it came to mind. I don't know if I've ever even heard of that. At some point, I'll have to look it up. Dominic Reyes is the best athlete in the UGC because he did not make it to the NFL, according to him, in the UFC. Dude, we had Greg Hardy. I don't know. Athlete means just you were in the, or had a chance to be in the NFL at some point. Have you seen the Raid movies? They have good fight scenes. I have not. The new Naked Gun showed Usman versus Gaethje. What do you mean it showed? What did it show? Exactly. What did it show? Brendan Schaub was the best upcoming NFL player. Yeah, doubtful. Brock Lesnar was actually super athletic. Was crazy athletic, man. In his prime. So long before he even came to the UFC. What's crazy is Brock Lesnar like blew up in the WWE and then left basically after a couple years. Guess he got tired of it. Damn, 2 weeks out from 320, almost no promotion for it on the week with no fights. I know. There's a lack of promotion. There's a lack of promotion. It's crazy. Thoughts on Gable Stevenson? Another guy who's hyped up from college wrestling. Ilia's super inactive for a guy who's been running through people. So he could have been headlining 321 or announced for 323. Yeah, he's a disaster for the division, as some would say. As some would say. As some would say, disaster for the division. UFC guys like Schaub and Reyes brag about not making the NFL. I know, it's actually kind of annoying. They're like, yeah, he tried out for the NFL. Okay, what is that supposed to mean anyway? Joe will promote in 320 on the countdown. I hope it's a clip of you saying, I don't think Alex is going to show up. I have my doubts. Robin not here to defend his master. Joe, why do people overhype Ilya so much while he didn't do shit? He fought Islam Makhachev's leftovers who already got beat up. He didn't wipe the top 5 contenders out in 45 and now also doesn't want to. Dude, Ilya's massively overhyped. I've been saying it for a long time. He deserves credit for what he's done, but like people are hyping him up like crazy for beating Oliveira on a 1-fight win streak. Basically a washed Oliveira. I hate to say it. Hot take, I dislike Reyes maybe because of his fans. He doesn't even have fans. He just has John Jones haters. Some of these dudes build their entire fan base off the hate of another fighter. And that's essentially what he did. Hot take, I dislike. Okay, read that. Damn, boys, I think I'm about to wrap this up. It's late. It's late. It's dead around here. It's too late on a Wednesday evening. Knocking out Volk and Holloway is crazy, to be honest. No way you can downplay those wins. You can. Volk, out of his prime, coming off a massive KO and a quick turnaround. Holloway beat a bum up at lightweight. Get some rest, Joey. I will here shortly. Get some rest, Joey. Appreciate the streams and vids. Thank you, bro, for the support of watching. Reyes 2.0 is actually a cool guy. He interviewed on Jackson was great. Ilya doesn't want to fight Armin. Doesn't want the Armin fight because that has hard fought decision all over. I don't think he wants to kill his fight by losing or winning by decision. Armin is the most interesting matchup for him in the lightweight division. And it's annoying that it's not getting made. Reyes 2.0. Reyes 2.0. We really got it. People calling. Where's he? Is he in the rankings now? He is, right? Reyes is 7. I'm not going to lie. I kind of want Reyes to win just so he can get a title shot against Ank. It'd be... It would be crazy seeing him come back for a title shot 5 years after he lost to Jones. 6 years even. I mean, I thought his career was dead. He beat Dustin Jacoby. He beat Anthony Smith. He beat Nikita Krylov. So he's on a 3-fight win streak after being on a 4-fight losing streak. 3 of them by brutal finish. Now he's on a 3-fight win streak, all by finish. Watching a live stream on mobile, the like button is hidden by the chat by default. Kind of bad UI, I guess, for creators who want viewers to have easy access to the like button. That's crazy. That's crazy. Only thing I know for sure, but thanks for letting me know. Only thing I know for sure is there's no chance Ilya gets a crucifix on Armin or dominates him on the ground. Realist in the MMA game. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That is wild. Let me take a look how it looks on mobile. I've never really paid attention to it. Yeah, YouTube's got me shadow banned. Because I've clicked on plenty of my videos on my... Yeah, YouTube's got me shadow banned. On my personal channel, yep, it wouldn't even pull it up. Yeah, you X out, and then you got to click like, I see. That is wild. That is fucking wild. But it is what it is. Apparently, Jan is fighting Guskov. Who do you think wins that? I want to say Jan, but he's getting older. He's bound to have a massive fall off. He's bound to have a massive fall off. So I'm going to say Guskov for now. I might change my mind. Jan's pretty good. I think Rodolfo has a chance. I do as well. Ilya needs to wipe the top 5 contenders out and fight a GOAT like Islam to have a win over Armin. 155 isn't that level anymore. So easy for him, but we need to see more, and already thinking he's on McGregor's level is what you're going to say. Yeah, I would like to see him fight some top contenders. Would really like to see that. But it doesn't seem like it's going to happen. It's probably going to be Patty. Wouldn't shock me if it's Patty in early 2025. It's annoying. Guskov is a good pick. Dude is lightning, quick hands, and throws from the hip unless Jan backpacks him, which I don't think he can. Yeah, I'm probably going to go Guskov just because Jan's getting older. Getting older. Damn, boys, I'm getting out of here. I'm going to get out of here. It's already late. It's Wednesday. Nothing too crazy going on. I'm going to try to get to bed. Check out my Dana White video from yesterday, boys. Help boost it in the algorithm. It could have done better. It was a banger video. Somehow, the Terrence Crawford video kind of popped off a bit. So I'm hyped about that. Almost 40K. Go check out the Dana White video. Like this stream on your way out. Like the stream on your way out. Go check out the video I just linked in chat. I'll be back tomorrow, boys. I might do an earlier stream tomorrow. Goodbye. Good night. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. And I will talk to you guys later. Adios.